Honkai Star Rail, a game I've played for a tiny amount of time. That was a awful voice crack. What the? I don't care. I'm leaving it in. And I have now arrived to give my opinion on a game I barely care about. But keyword being barely, because I actually enjoy this game. It's fun. I like it. I don't like other parts, like gambling for children. But we'll get to that. That's fine. And I'll start off with the positive stuff, because I like being positive, right? You all like being positive in the anime community. That's common. Transition. So the first thing I'll start off with for the positives of the game is combat. I like combat in this game. I think it's fun. It's simple. It's very simple and easy to understand with slight complexes under the hood, but it's not that complex. Let's be honest, just hitting buttons in the correct order. It's not too much to think about. But I'll get into explaining what combat actually is so you get what I mean. Top left corner, you have a turn order, which is indicated by your character's speed stat. Basically, the more speed equals more turns equals more damage, and so on. It's basically the most important stat. If I'm wrong, shout at me. Every character in this game has 3 abilities and 1 passive. Your Q ability generates a skill point, and your E ability uses a skill point, and after a while you get to charge your ultimate, which is basically a big attack. It can be a buff, it can be damage, it basically can be anything the game developers fucking decide this week. You can have 4 characters, and they can have a lot of enemies on screen, and each enemy has its own abilities and passives and stuff like that. Every enemy also has an elemental weakness, and your character has an elemental attribute attached to it, which can break down its, poise meter. I don't know. What is it called? Please tell me. I'm so lonely. Along the road, there'll just be randomly really, really high-level monsters, and if you defeat them, you get a lot of rewards, and it activates my brain, and it makes me happy. It's where you actually have to pay attention to, your character's abilities and stuff like that. It's not hard if you're higher level, so that's why you fight when you're under-leveled, so, you can be happy. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is the game story. Now, the game story is pretty good. There's good characters, there's good writing, there's good world building, but I do have a slight complaint. I went into this game, and I had a quick look online, and people were hyping up this whole, Bellabog thing, and I was like, oh wow, this must be really good. I don't know if it's just because I didn't like Bronya as a character. I don't like her. This should have been brought up later, but let's bring her up here. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't get it. But then I got to the fucking, whatever the ship's called, I don't care, place, and it was like, oh my god, this is very interesting, characters are interesting. I think gameplay definitely took a slight downturn in the second bit, but I think story-wise, it was better. I was trying to say better. Okay, a quick fire round of all the other stuff that doesn't need a dedicated session, but I want to say anyway. Graphics look weirdly good for a mobile game for some reason. There's really memorable moments in the story, like Sampo breaking the 4th wall, and Bronya being a very funny British word. And, Ting Ying breakdancing after that one boss fight. If you know, you know. And here we are, the Gacha system, everyone's favourite part of every video on the Honkai Star Rail. See, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh wow, the Gacha system's pretty fair in this one. Guys, it's pretty fair gambling for children. No, let's be honest, the entire reason they make a good story for this game is to get people who are very, very mentally unwell way too emotionally attached to characters so they can blow their entire life savings on a 3D model that does funny anime moves. I'm probably slightly more biased because I come from a continent where gambling is pretty frowned upon, other than my home country. Let's go, UK. But let's be honest, what I'm complaining about is like walking into an alcohol store and then complaining that the chocolate milk is in fact Bailey's and it has alcohol in it. Wait, do Americans have Bailey's? Wait, realizing that now, that might just be a British thing. Oh shit, oh no. It's just alcoholic chocolate milk. Hello, if you're hearing this, it means you made it to the end of the video. Thank you a lot, I very much appreciate it. I had a lot of fun making this video and playing this game. Some parts I didn't like, but obviously that's, part of the course in most games. If you're offended by anything in this video, assume it's a joke. I struggle getting sarcasm across to people, but I am very sarcastic with my humor. If it wasn't a joke, assume it's a joke anyway, because that makes me look better. Thank you.